Yes, anytime you hear this amazing intro song, that means it's another episode of the Local Lifestyle Podcast with me, Cuervo, all sponsored and brought to you by TLC Properties. Thank you guys for making this happen. It is a beautiful rainy day here in Springfield, Missouri.
It is.
It is. And I have a very awesome guest with me today, my co-host. Her name is Lauren.
Hello, I'm Lauren.
And she's Lauren. And what does Lauren do?
Oh, Lauren is on Two Chicks and a Mic. I'm the other chick. Amber is my cohort. And we do mornings on 92.9 The Beat. We are Springfield's only all-female morning show. We're one of the only all-female morning shows in the country. Yeah.
You guys got recognized on a, what was it? I remember seeing the article or something. You guys got kind of recognized for being one of the only female morning shows.
Yeah, here locally with the news leader.
Yeah,
is that it?
Yeah, that was it. But that's awesome. It's great to have you on. I did an episode with Amber before.
Yes.
I think she was like episode 2 or 3. This episode, number 7, is called Slowly But Surely. Reason being, we are kind of had a national thing happen, a world pandemic, more or less, and it's COVID-19. I think everybody's heard of it by now.
How weird. Are you saying COVID? I'm still saying coronavirus.
I think coronavirus. Yeah, I go back and forth, but it's how I'm feeling about the situation. Like if I'm trying to be entertaining, corona. Give me that Rona.
The Rona, yeah.
The Rona. But with all that going on, in a positive light of things, we're starting to get back to normal. Whatever that's going to be from here on out, face masks and all, gloves.
It's weird. Let's just say it. It's weird.
It's weird. Yeah, we'll put it out there. But they're lifting a little bit more. I believe today is May 22nd of 2020.
Yeah, and it's very rainy, by the way. It's not beautiful.
No, it's not. It is super rainy and gloomy outside. It's like my emotions. But
it's like this pandemic.
Yeah. So they are lifting here some things, and life is slowly getting back to whatever normal is. So there are some bars and restaurants in the area that are finally opening their doors. They've been doing takeout and curbside almost the whole time, which is great because I have been supporting local, and it's starting to show a little bit to where it's like, hey, I've been doing my part. I'm trying to keep everybody afloat.
Yeah, right. You're welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome. Now I just got to hit the gym again. But, bars opening up. There's one locally by me, Roof's Bar and Grill. They can only take 34 people right now. But at least you can get out and have a sense of normality again. I don't miss spending money. I think that was the one good thing about everything was staying in, eating at home, or takeout.
I mean, I did some online shopping too, okay?
I don't do that. I think I've only bought 3 items online ever in my life.
Oh, it's like Christmas morning when it arrives.
Yeah, I'm getting into it, and I can see how it's addicting. So I'm kind of fearful. Like I have Amazon Prime, and I didn't even know I got the Prime Video with it. So now I have like every streaming service possible. I don't need to leave my house ever.
Right.
But like I said, some of these places opening, restaurants. Some of the bars are kind of, I think, opening. There's more people doing like to go drinks.
Yeah, I love that. Can we keep that around after the pandemic?
Some of them are talking about keeping it going because of how successful it's been.
Yeah.
That, Tropical Liqueurs downtown.
Oh, I took advantage of that.
They've been doing to-go ones, and now they're doing like gallon to-goes.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. You want an ice cream scoop at home of a Trops? Yeah, let's go for it. And then even some of the parks and stuff, the botanical gardens are opening back up.
Oh, they are.
Which I don't know if you've ever been there.
No.
Are you a nature person?
I am. I always want to see the butterflies. I always miss them every year.
How do you
never
miss
make
them?
it over.
They're in like a hut.
I don't go during the right time of year.
Oh, there's a right time for butterflies?
Yeah, when they flutter. I don't know. When they bloom.
when they bloom like flowers and flutter around. But Botanical Gardens is opening up, which is pretty cool. You need to get there and try to watch the butterflies flutter. You should definitely make that on your summer list.
Oh, it is. I have a lot of stuff on my summer to-do list, and now I'm at the point where I'm like, what am I going to be able to do?
Exactly.
What can I do while I'm still practice social distancing?
Social distancing, that's one thing that has proven difficult for people.
Yes.
It is hard, but I try to abide by it as much as possible.
It's not natural.
Like right now, I think you're maybe 6 feet away.
I think so. I mean, 5 feet, that's less than you realize.
It's far enough. You're far enough. I trust you over there.
Maybe back up a little bit further.
Yeah, get away from me. The other good thing with a lot of these things that are opening up in town, our company here, TLC Properties, that sponsors everything, we run apartment complexes. We manage them. And we're starting to open back up. We're amenities, pools.
That was a big flash.
The lightning, yeah, that's kind of cut us off. But some of our pools are opening back up. The gyms.
Oh, whoa.
Did you hear that?
Rumble.
Yeah, rumble. That wasn't my stomach, even though I'm super hungry. But anyway, some of the amenities are opening back up, which we're very excited for. The pools will be opening. Once again, we're probably going to have to practice some social distancing.
Yeah, how does that work at the pools?
Marco Polo.
Yeah.
That's exactly how it's going to work. It's a big game of Marco Polo. But, we're trying to slowly move into the groove like what everybody else is doing. At the radio station, how have you guys practiced social distancing?
Well, I think my co-host Amber, she's about 6 feet across the table from me. We got X's throughout the building. Sales have been working from home, but our lobby is back open again. We've got the hand sanitizer and masks and gloves.
But your front desk and all that, the lobby is open back up with your hand sanitizations?
It is, and I guess that makes me feel better. I don't know.
I come to work and we have plenty of stuff. We have hand sanitizer, we have the mask, we've got whatever you need. At this point, I think it's becoming personal preference.
Yeah, and some people are wearing the cloth masks, and does that really do as much? But it makes you feel better.
Yeah, and I feel like Doogie Howser. I don't know if anybody listening knows who Doogie Howser is. I just showed my age there. I just turned 34.
That's one of my first memories, is having my parents have the TV on with the Doogie Howser theme playing.
Mine was Dallas, like that theme song, or Married with Children, because that's when I had to go to bed. That was bedtime. I couldn't watch Al Bundy.
Oh, memories.
Oh, the memories.
Simpler times.
Yeah. So what are you excited for with things going to quote unquote back to normal slowly?
Well, see, I'm not a social person as is. I don't mind staying home and Netflixing and chilling by myself. That's cool. But it got to the point where even I was starting to get bored. And I've been trying to go outdoors as much as I can. This weather doesn't really help me with that.
Just put on your galoshes and a rain jacket.
Yeah, your wading boots. That's what they're called. That's what I'm going to need.
Yes.
I'm just glad that, we're starting the process of reopening. I know people have mixed feelings about that, but we can't stay closed forever. I feel like I'm waiting for a sign like, okay, the pandemic's over, go back to normal.
And go.
It's just not going to happen.
No, and it's... Like I said, I'm excited for things to go back to normal. It's changed the whole world, the way we do things, the way meetings are done. Everything's, virtual now. We do virtual touring. We do self-guided tours now. And if you don't know what a self-guided tour is, it's where you guide yourself.
Yeah.
And with our apartments, we can let you in and say, okay, go ahead. And you can just go walk around. And we give them pamphlets and stuff. And then we're even bringing back the traditional tour, where, like a leasing agent or somebody gets to go with them. And I always feel like when I do that, when I'm trying to lease an apartment to somebody, that I'm on one of those adventure rides at like Disneyland or something.
You're always like, the guide?
Yeah. Now keep your hands and arms inside the tram at all times, but to your left, you'll see a refrigerator with an ice machine in the freezer. And I have this set spiel that I give to people because it's ingrained in my brain now. I don't know have you ever done that or had a job where you have it's just there?
Yeah, you got it down. It's muscle memory at that point.
Yeah. It says, what's your slogan in your radio? Springfield's hottest hits, 92.9 The Beat.
Yeah, they're hot.
Hottest hits. I feel like I've said that before somewhere in my past life.
You probably have.
I think so. But with radio and going to your job, have you seen an increase of callers calling in? Like, because everybody's at home, and I think I've called in a couple of times just to see if I can mess with you guys, but I never got through.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know if I recognize your voice.
I'm not going to tell you the voices that I do because you'll know, but they're fun.
What was the question?
have you had an increase in callers or listener engagement with everything? Yeah.
Just because everybody is at home, and this pandemic has made us all realize, we're spending less time in our cars. You don't necessarily need a car to listen to the radio.
Well, you guys got apps, right?
Yeah, it's what Alexa's for and Google Home. So we're right there with you. Mm-hmm. We know you are lonely. We're lonely too. So I do appreciate the people that call in, and that's social interaction.
Yeah. It's weird. Like when you finally see somebody outside for the first time, oh, hey,
a person.
How have you been? But what's funny is now there's actually something to talk about with people.
Yeah.
Because you haven't seen them in a while. Hey, versus the typical, hey, how you been? Work stuff.
Right.
Family,
Good.
kids.
How are you?
I'm fine. Yeah. Now it's like, man, I haven't seen sunlight in over 30 days.
Oh, gosh. I haven't put on real pants.
That's the biggest thing I've heard from people is like, oh, man, I got to go dress up for work now. No sweatpants. I haven't worn sweatpants in a while. Just jeans.
Really?
Yeah, I've been working the whole time. I'm very fortunate that, I've been able to keep employed through it. But yeah, when I get home, sometimes I just fall asleep in my jeans.
No, I'm a comfy pants kind of person. I got to have those yoga pants. But I was working from home for a bit. This whole thing, I was broadcasting from my living room live.
And that had to have been very comfortable.
It was very comfortable.
You had a cutout with you of your co-host, Amber.
So I wasn't alone.
That's really creepy, though. Like,
you should have seen me. I was trying to, because I live in an apartment, 3rd floor. I had to get Amber from my car up to my apartment. I'm like, please don't let anybody see me right now.
They would have been like, she's really lonely.
Yeah.
She's got this cardboard cutout. You should have put it in like your up by your patio? Just put it there so people, and like put a light behind it so it's just a silhouette of her.
Well, that's creepy.
Yeah, that's very creepy.
Sounds like something you would do.
Yeah, that's exactly what I would do with it. It would remind me of like Home Alone when he puts the cutouts on. He used the Bozo one in the second one. Or the first one, he had the cutout of Michael Jordan on the moving train to trick the robbers. Mm-hmm. See, I have a memory like an elephant for the most ridiculous things in the world. You take me to trivia, we'll win.
Oh, I love trivia.
Trivia's a good time. See, now that's one thing I'm hoping with some of these establishments, some of the bars downtown will, when they get to that point, or maybe they can do an online
virtual trivia.
I think we're onto something. This could be a great idea.
That should be pretty easy.
Yeah. Well, we'll discuss that after this podcast of how we can do that, because I miss trivia. I miss that.
Yeah, you do.
Socialization. I mean, I get to see people here, and then that's it, and then I go home.
I mean, that's nice. I mean, that's pretty much what I'm doing, too. I go to work. I go to the grocery store when I need to. I go for a walk, and that's it.
I've only been in the grocery store twice.
What? What are you doing?
I stocked up, and I've been eating out. I have a lot of frozen. I just finished my frozen mozzarella sticks, which were amazing, because my roommate's got an air fryer.
I'm thinking about getting one. Should I? I don't have an Instant Pot, but boy, do I want an air fryer.
It's an Instapot one. It's like a little square one, about $90. I'm telling you, it'll change your life. In this quarantine time, chicken wings, boom, maybe 20 minutes. Crispy.
Yeah. See,
mozzarella sticks, 5 minutes.
Amber doesn't stop talking about chicken wings, and the air fryer is apparently the way to do it.
Yeah. It's worth the investment. You can even, in this one, you can rotisserize a mini chicken.
Oh, I'm so hungry right now. I haven't had lunch.
If you couldn't tell, guys, we're both a little hungry. It's around lunchtime. Also, record stores and musicians.
Oh, yeah.
That's another thing I've noticed. I ran into a couple because I was fortunate enough to get out for my birthday, and we hit up Friends Karaoke here in town.
I miss karaoke.
Yeah, they're open. But they have a limit of how many people they can have in. So once you hit the limit, there's a line if you want to wait. But it's cool. But that's one thing with music. There's musicians that have been like doing live performances from home, and they're still kind of keeping it going. And they do like Venmo, or there's that thunder again. Yeah,
no, that was my stomach.
Oh, okay.
Just kidding.
All that chicken talk. But it's cool to see how all this, in the positive light of things, people are learning how to use the technology that we've had, finally using it for maybe something good. And, record stores, I believe there's a record store, a couple of them downtown. I believe they're back open again. Yeah. But that's for all the music lovers out there. If you like to get out and check out records, they still have that.
I was just there last Friday at one of the record stores downtown, and it was popping. There were so many people in there.
Well, at the same time, it's like when things are open and people are finding out about it, they're doing it just to get out of the house.
Yeah, that's the point we're at now.
I don't think many people just go tour apartments to get out of the house. I don't know if it's come down to that, but I have had a few people come through, and that's the craziest thing is there's so many people during this epidemic that's been going on still out looking for places to live.
Yeah, what's that like to move during a pandemic?
Well, that's a lot of their fears, but that's the cool thing is we can still talk to them and then still offer up, like we've got videos, virtual tours.
Right.
And we can send that to them. And I can see how it could be a little difficult for people like, well, I physically want to go see it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, for right now, this is what we can guarantee you.
Like
and
self-guided.
Yeah. And then we can give that to them, which it's fun. It's an interesting time for especially what we do and what you do. I think your job's changed probably a bit, like how it's been done.
Well, we're advertising based as well. And a lot of places aren't open. So who wants to spend that money for advertising when you're not even open?
Exactly. It's definitely changing everything around us. But I'm very excited to see where we go from here because it's like phase 2, I think what they're calling it.
Yeah.
The next, I feel like we're in a video game. We're leveling up.
What is even phase 3? I haven't even thought that far ahead.
Is it normal? But then now it's like, what's normal now?
That phrase, new normal.
New norm.
Social distancing. That's the new conscious uncoupling. That's the new phrase.
I'm going to start a band called Social Distancing, like Social Distortion.
Yeah.
But Social Distancing will be a knockoff.
Did you hear about that concert that took place in Arkansas? The nation's first socially distant concert.
And they showed like all these rows were like blocked off.
Yeah.
To where it was like every sixth row it looked like.
The venue holds 1,000 people, and because of the capacity limits, there were only 229 people in there.
Oh, they probably rocked really hard though.
What is that like? My question, can you even have fun? You know, that's part of the fun of a concert atmosphere is everyone around you and making friends with the stranger sitting next to you.
I do that every time.
Yeah, that whole atmosphere is gone. So is it even fun at that point?
Well,
because it depends on the band.
Like Mama always told me,
you
got to make your own fun.
Go on.
that was about it. That was it. It wasn't anything too much, but yeah, that's a good point. How everything's changed.
I mean, concerts are what I do throughout the summer. That's really the only reason I travel or get out of the house is to go see a show.
I'm very bummed. I was trying to go see 311 and Incubus this summer, and they kind of pulled the plug on the tour.
Yeah, I just saw that.
Yeah, I broke my heart. I'm glad I didn't buy the tickets. I was waiting. But yeah, what do you do over the summer now?
I don't know. I mean, I want to go floating. I can still do that, but a lot of people are going to be on the river too. And they're going to get crazy. So
no, nobody gets crazy on float trips from what I hear. I've only been on one, but from anything I've learned about it, it's a very calm, relaxing time.
They kept their hands inside the moving vehicle.
Exactly, at all times while floating down a little river.
And all articles of clothing remained on.
Well, of course. Bunch of heathens out there.
Did
no.
you even go floating?
But no, there's floating. You can go see your butterflies flutter.
Right.
That's going to be stuck in my head all day now. Like, what do butterflies do? They flutter. They bloom.
They bloom
and flutter. And then once, like some of the patios that are in town. That's the cool part about some of these places reopening, being able to sit out. Yes, there's social distancing. They may have like every other table where it's available for you to sit, but still bringing back some normalcy.
Yeah, I love a good patio.
Who does? I mean, Sundays is made for patios, I think. You got Vantage downtown, one of the new ones. I don't know if you've been up there before the shutdown.
But did they reopen?
I don't think just yet. I think it's still kind of in the works because I believe if you serve food, you can bring in X amount of people based off square footage, stuff like that. Like the occupancy levels based off of your square footage. Yeah. I don't know the exact science to it.
All these stipulations. It's hard to make sense of it all.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those where like, I might just stay home. Honestly, I'm thinking about getting a kiddie pool, putting it out in front of my apartment because I'm on the first floor and just splashing around. And barbecue out front.
I am up on the third floor of an apartment. So what I've been doing, since I'm spending all this time at home, I'm spending my stimulus check on things that really make my home a place that I want to be, since I'm spending so much time there.
So it wasn't a place you wanted to be?
Well, I mean, it was, but now I'm, putting more greenery. Okay. I got a rug for my deck. I got one of those zero gravity chairs. Ooh. If I'm going to be stuck at home, I might as well be enjoying the space that I have.
Yeah. And another thing you brought up, we did an episode about like decor and stuff like that. So it's kind of funny to hear you say, I'm finally making my place, kind of how I want it. My room, and I talked about this with the girl who works for our company that does a lot of the decor and stuff like that. My room, because my bedroom is like just mine. Mm-hmm. I have one painting. One.
What?
The rest of the walls are bare.
But you're a music guy.
All my stuff's in Chicago because when I moved here, I just packed my car.
Yeah, you did a lot of moving, so
yeah, it was a lot. It's crazy.
So all spread out over the place now.
Yeah, I've lived in many places the last year, but it's sad. It's for a 34-year-old man. I'm not proud of myself.
Well, even my apartment, I'm 31, but I'm a music person as well. The majority of the things on my wall are music related, concert posters. You got to get some of those, man.
I know. Maybe that's what I'll do this summer. Maybe that'll be on my list. Is a nice little road trip back to Chicago and go pick up some of my stuff. And if I'm lucky, I'll see the Oscar Mayer Wiener mobile cruising down 55 or something like that. I haven't seen that thing since I was a kid. Oh, and if you didn't know, for those of you listening, the reason I brought that up is Lauren has an absolute... Would you call it an obsession?
Yeah.
of the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile.
Yeah, it starts with the Wienermobile, but I love all big foods. And not the giant foods that you can eat. Mm-hmm. These have to be like fake foods. I love the world's largest fork here in Springfield.
I was just going to bring that. I was going to bring that up, but be like, have you ever made your road trip plans to say like, I'm going to go travel the nation and I'm going to go to all the big things in the U.S.? The world's biggest ball of yarn. I don't know where that's at.
I don't care about that. I just care about the food.
Okay, so just the food ones, specifically just foods.
I did just take a road trip. I drove 4 hours up to Brunswick, Missouri, solely because they have the, quote, world's largest pecan up there. It was about the size of my car. But with this quarantine, I didn't have anything else to do, and a road trip, that's pretty socially distant.
Yeah. That is probably the most socially distancing thing that you can do.
I was way up there, going through Boonville and stuff, but it was all new to me. I like to explore, and I don't know if I'm going to get to do as much of that as I would like to this summer.
Well, hiking, some of the national parks are still open, so you can definitely go. That's what I've seen a lot of people doing with this. They've been taking their time camping, hiking. I like doing that kind of stuff. It's just sometimes I can't find people to go with me.
Yeah. And dude, let's go. I don't have anyone to go with either, and I don't want to go alone.
Well, yeah, that's why I was like, there's lions and tigers and bears out here. Oh, my.
Plus, I don't want to go with too many people. I want to go with someone I trust.
Yeah. Oh, you trust me? Is that why you came to do this podcast today?
Yeah, you're my friend.
Okay. Hey, we did go to Smashing Pumpkins. Or not Smashing, but we went to Billy Corgan.
Oh, yes. You got William Corgan.
Excuse me.
What was the last concert you saw? I've been trying to think about it. What was the last concert I saw?
I want to say that one.
Yeah.
Maybe, I think there was, that might have been it. Or there was some bands at like the Outland. Right. Which also, if you can, the Outland Ballroom, they've been posting a lot on social media. They're one of them. It's a staple here in Springfield, Missouri. And this is some of the things that, with this whole COVID, the Rona, it's affecting some of these local places. And the Outland, I've been to many of shows there from working at the radio station. I love it. When I helped out with like Q102 and stuff.
Yeah, it's nitty gritty.
It reminds me of Chicago places because it's got like, not a bad smell, but it's got its own smell. We
love it for it.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where go check them out on Facebook. This is where you really need to start helping out your local business because there are a lot of them that are being affected by it. But it's happening. But on the plus side, there are still a lot of good things happening. Things are slowly opening up. Some of these bars and stuff and restaurants can start making some money again or make more than what they were making with their curbside.
It's progress, and that's what we need. At least we've got the progress.
Yeah, we're moving forward. Thank goodness. And like I said, if you're in need of an apartment, you come check out tlcproperties.com. Virtual touring, all that good stuff is what it's doing. And like I said, that a lot of companies are doing that. Like I wonder if there's a restaurant there that's doing like virtual dining. Hey, come buy our food, get it curbside, and then eat it in front of your screen that makes you feel like you're in the... It's a lot of work.
Oh, man.
But that'd be kind of weird, actually.
I have heard of people doing like virtual dinner parties where everybody just makes their own dinner and then they hop on video chat or whatever and they're all eating at the same time.
Who would have thought FaceTime would become like an everyday thing for people?
And I live far away from home. I'm originally from Michigan, so I keep in contact with my family through texting and social media, all that stuff. But this whole time, I've never been FaceTiming them.
See,
and now it's all we do.
I still do, but every time my mother's like, let me know before you FaceTime me. I want to make sure I look presentable.
Yes, please. Never surprise me.
Yeah, no, because there's sometimes like, how do I look? Mother, you look beautiful. Course. Or you get the awkward like, mom, the camera, because you're looking right up their nose.
Yeah.
You got
not a good angle. Not very flattering.
You got a booger in there. Good times. Well, anyways, we can sit here, wrap this up. Episode 7, slowly but surely, we are getting back to normal. And the Local Lifestyle Podcast is all about being live, local, and just getting to some of the things that are around us. And I was very fortunate enough to have the other half. I wouldn't say the better half because you're both equals and you're both great.
Smart man.
Because I know Amber too, and I don't want her coming after me. But I have Lauren from Two Chicks and a Mic on 92.9 The Beat. You can check her out. You guys are on Monday through Friday?
Correct.
What time?
5:30 to 10. So wake up early, make your coffee, and join us.
I'll catch you for part of it because 5:30, I'm probably looking at my first alarm because I have like a series of 20 alarms.
Oh, me too.
And I'm going to roll over and be like, I could wake up and listen to that awesome morning show, Two Chicks and a Mic on 92.9 The Beat, but I'm going to go back to bed.
Stream us on the app. There's an alarm clock in there. We can wake you up every morning if you want to.
That is what nightmares are made of for me. I'm just joking. It's because I know you too. But yeah, check her out. Make sure you at least dabble in their show, Two Chicks and a Mic. They are one of the only two-female morning show in the nation.
Thank you for having us, Springfield.
This is why I like you. But anyways, thank you once again tuning in Local Lifestyle Podcast, Episode 7, slowly but surely, all brought to you by TLC Properties.